Welcome you inside Stewart Stadium for Senior Day as the Hofstra Pride gets set to take on the Tigers of Towson University. Hello, my name is Christian Gardecki. Alongside me is Amelia Bashi. Hope you enjoy being with us here wherever you may be listening or watching, Flow Sports or the Hofstra Alternative Web Channel, as the Pride are going through their Senior Day festivities right now. Of course, they are honoring their seniors, Sterwin Ardrey, Danny DeSanti, Matt Eller, Tom Ford, Mac Gates, Tim Hegarty, Corey Kale, Daniel Oakes, Dalton Seas, and Ryan Sheridan. An impressive senior class, to say the least, for this Hofstra team. Very defensive-oriented as well. Amelia, this is a class that most of them went to a CAA championship back in 2021. Steph Tierney loves this class. A lot of players remind him of past alumni. So this is a very special day for these players.
It very much so is, and also a lot of seniors today. And as we know, lacrosse is a very big team sport. There's about 50 men on a roster, but only a few play in the game. But losing this many seniors, it's going to be a hard hit for this team.
And we'll talk about that as we go along. Of course, this team is very young offensively, and you look at the players, Sterwin Ardrey, very good player on the midfield side of the thing as we keep going down the list here of these Hofstra players, as Hofstra wearing their gold uniforms. And right now, Daniel Oakes being introduced out to the field with a lot of fanfare from his teammates from Syosset, so a lot of Long Island natives, of course. And you talk about the senior class, you have the players. You have Oakes. You have Tom Ford defensively, Danny DeSanti, who Ford and DeSanti really led this team defensively and became big, and Hegarty as well, big leaders of this team. You also have, of course, Mac Gates, the goalkeeper, who has been one of the best we've seen in this program's history in that position. You also have, players who aren't talking about. Dalton Seas, a very good short-stick defensive midfielder. So this is a team that has a lot of good pieces on the senior side of things.
Yeah, very dynamic and very unique team here. A lot of impressive stats and just a lot of impressive players in general. And Hofstra is... It's a great lacrosse program, and all these guys are fantastic players.
And when you talk about some of the moments for these guys, of course, for me, thinking about Tom Ford, last year he scored the goal against Sacred Heart. This year, he scored 2 goals from the other side of the field, almost 3 against St. John's earlier this year. You also have Ryan Sheridan, who's been able to put the ball in the net this year, Victoria, British Columbia native, who comes from a box background, only has a goal this year, but had 9 a year ago. Does Sheridan. Obviously, you keep going down. Corey Kale has been a big defensive part to this team. So there are a lot of very, very good players that this Hofstra real senior class has, as they are being presented with their own jersey that they will have to take. Another interesting story is Danny DeSanti. And when we talk about Danny DeSanti, you see him with basically the war paint. Came over from Army West Point, but was originally a member of this team just a couple years ago, and he's come back to play here at Hofstra after being at Army for 4 years, and is a real impressive player, is Danny DeSanti. And, of course, Steph Tierney said a lot of good things about him. Of course, he was here in 2020, transferred to Army, has come back now to Hofstra at 2023, and Coach Tierney says that's a guy that makes him real proud this year, does Danny DeSanti, and the job he does on the field as well.
Yeah, and shots on goal for his career in both 2020 and 23, 6 shots on goal, and with 3 goals this year and 2 assists. It's just another hard hit for this team.
Yeah, 50%, especially for an LSM guy, and he hypes up his team whenever he goes down on that run. So you can see if you're watching on the broadcast, on the TV broadcast, you can see the players over towards the center line being presented with their jerseys, taking a picture together, also have their families on the field as well. And now let's get into this one. It'll be Hofstra taking on Towson. When you look at the CAA standings for men's lacrosse, these two teams right in the middle, both teams currently at a record of 1-2. Hofstra coming off of their first conference win of the year last week against Monmouth, a big win down on Jersey Shore for the Pride. Towson is 1-2. They're coming off of a 1-goal loss just down the road in Stony Brook, 13-12. So these are two teams desperately looking for a win, trying to crack the top 4. Right now, the top 4 stands Delaware, who's 4-0, Drexel 3-0, and Stony Brook 3-0, which means the 4th seed will come down to either Fairfield, Hofstra, Towson, or Monmouth. Hampton's still a game and a half back, so it's definitely in the air what teams can get into that 4 seed for the CAA tournament.
Yeah, and also, you mentioned this earlier too, Hofstra and Towson are tied in both in conference standing at the moment, so both looking to get their second conference win today here at James M. Stewart Stadium.
Well, these two teams met last year, and it was a win for Hofstra a year ago, 15-14 down in Maryland to close out the regular season for the Pride. So Hofstra leads the all-time series 29-24. Of course, Towson has been one of the better teams in the CAA throughout the history of this conference, as is Hofstra, of course. So this is a big game when you really think about it. Looking at the two sides in a deeper extent, Towson's team, Kyle Berkeley with 16 goals, 11 assists this year. Nick DeMeo with 18 goals, 7 assists this year. So those are some players. And Joaquin Villagomez also has 18 goals, only 2 assists. Some players to watch there. Of course, for Hofstra, the big performance last week from Gerard Kane. Ever since he's really gotten back to full strength, he has been obviously one of the best players this team's had. John Madsen's been a big part of this team. And Rory Jones, Colton Rudd. So you have the offense, and we mentioned, during the senior day ceremony, Amelia, the offense of this team is young, and they're going to be here for a couple more years. So if they can keep building the success they've had this year, a couple non-conference wins, the win against Monmouth last week, 12-6 was the score of that one, then it could be really, really big for this team, especially in a big matchup here with potentially a playoff spot on the line. And if you're Hofstra thinking, all right, you had to take that win against Fairfield, you lost by 1 goal. But now this is a game you have to take if you want to get that 4 seed.
Exactly. And going back to Gerard Kane, 15 goals this season, 11 assists, 26 points. He's gotten back to, I'd say, where he was pre-injury.
Yep. Yeah, and that game against St. John's, he got hurt pretty early in that one and missed the rest of that one, came back, and that Syracuse game, he missed the Villanova game, came back in the Syracuse game, wasn't 100% in that Syracuse game. Obviously, you're playing against a top defense in the country in the Syracuse Orange, who really shut down the Pride for 3.5 quarters in that one, because Hofstra got off to a very good start in that one. So he's been able to get back to, especially down here in conference play now that it's opened up, back to the way Coach Tierney likes seeing it from him. Well, we'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll go through our keys of the game, starting lineups, and more. You're watching and listening to Hofstra Pride Men's Lacrosse here on the Hofstra Alternative Web Channel and Flow Sports. Stewart Stadium as we get set for a CAA conference battle between the Towson Tigers and the Hofstra Pride here from Hempstead, New York. Christian Gardecki alongside Amelia Bashi. And Amelia, this one obviously a big one for both teams when you think about the playoff seeding, as we mentioned, a must-win for Hofstra, as Coach Tierney has really preached to his team.
Yeah, and as you mentioned before, I believe it's the 4th seed. Who, depending on who wins this game, clinches the fourth seed for the playoffs today.
Well, it does not clinch it, but it gets closer to it.
Gets closer to it. I apologize for that. They get closer to the 4th seed, and whoever comes next after that.
Yeah. It's going to come down to right now 4 teams battling for that spot, as we mentioned. Hofstra, Towson, Fairfield, and Monmouth. Monmouth 1-3, Fairfield 1-3. Hofstra, they could overtake Fairfield with the win, moving into 2-2. Same with Towson, because Fairfield's played one more game than both teams, the same as Monmouth. So take a look as the teams are out at center getting set for the talking to the referees. Let's go through our starting lineups. First, for the Towson Tigers at attack, they'll have Ryan Schreier, Nick DeMeo, Joaquin Villagomez, as well. And then on midfield, Mikey Weiser, Kyle Berkeley, Josh Weber. And defense will be Reagan McNamara, Colby Bars, and Garrett Zangalia, who will be playing defense with Evan Wong in goal. In the faceoff will be Ryan Constantinides out of New Fairfield, Connecticut. For Hofstra, of course, will be Chase Patterson as well on the face-offs. For their startings, it will be the regular starting 3 on attack: Colton Rudd, Gerard Kane, Justin Sykes, Rory Jones, Griffin Turner, Matt Elder in the midfield for the Pride, Tom Ford, Tim Hegarty, and Daniel Oakes are the defensive 3 for Seth Tierney, with Matt Yates in goal for Hofstra. There's about 3 minutes left in the pregame clock as the two teams continue finishing up their warm-ups. Towson in the first quarter will be going left to right across your television and radio dials. In the gray jerseys with the white numbers with the yellow outlines for Towson, with the black helmets kind of chrome in the sun with a little bit of yellow chrome. Hofstra, of course, in their gold alternate uniforms with the blue numbers, white outlines on those numbers, with the white shorts, with the blue secondaries on those shorts, white helmets for the Pride. Seth Tierney knows this is a big game, Amelia. This is obviously, this team can still get to where they can get, where they can be. Obviously, you look at the schedule, Fairfield's a game you probably want to have back. But you also have a game against Delaware, who's a very good team ranked right now. And also, a game against Monmouth. You had to win, you got the win. And now they'll try to do it here once again. Amelia, some keys to this game for Hofstra. For me, I think it's going to have to come down to the offense and center it around Gerard Kane.
I would agree with that, too. Really come down to the offense. Also, use Gerard Kane as much as you can, as he is the star player of this team. And also, just utilize your other star players as well, such as John Madsen and Rory Jones. And something that I've also noticed throughout other games is really tighten up that defense. There are some instances where the opposing team can break through Hofstra's defense, and it seems over the past few games that they've really started to tighten that up a bit. And I think they just need to tighten it up even more if they want to win today's game.
And Hofstra's defense, of course, as we mentioned, Amelia, an older defense, a defense that definitely has experience to their name, as Pride continuing to be introduced here by Sadiq Faruqi. We'll throw it to him in just a moment to get our national anthem here. The two teams met last year, as I mentioned. It was a win for Hofstra on the regular season finale. As take a look at today's officials for this one, it'll be PJ Callio, Robert Ritchie, and Daniel Belk. Those are the three officials for this one here at Stewart Stadium. Beautiful day outside. The weather right now here in Hempstead is at 51 degrees, but it feels a little more warmer out there, but it's still good winds coming in through the stadium as well. It feels like outside 48. I feel like it's a little warmer than that when I walked outside.
It was a little bit warmer out, but the winter is probably making it just a tad bit colder.
Yeah, and of course we are inside the comfy press box here. The two teams lining up on the baseline, or rather on the sideline, to get set for the national anthem, which will happen in just a moment. So now we'll send it over to Sadiq Faruqi with that national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the time we stand in one Hofstra across the border and a father of 3 men across the line. Two Fowler passed away at the age of 96. Fowler and his wife Patricia were on 1,000 of the Hofstra Center the head coach's office is more beautiful and in their honor as well. Please join us in a moment of silence as we remember William Fowler. Thank you. Let's go, Daddy!
So the two teams getting set to go here from Hempstead. Of course, we had the national anthem in the game prior, the women's lacrosse game, which Delaware took by a score of 13-10 right before us here at Stewart Stadium. So should be a lot of fun, Amelia. This is a big one for both teams, knowing that the playoff lives could be on the line in this one. Of course, not out of it if either team loses. There'll be a game back, but definitely an important one to say the least.
Exactly, and I also just want to, before they actually begin, I just want to highlight the other games around the CAA today. As you mentioned earlier, Delaware won against Fairfield 17-7, and Monmouth beat Hampton 14-6. Stony Brook and Drexel is underway. Started at 2 p.m. down in the city of brotherly love. And we'll get back to you with that score soon.
Yeah, that is a big one. Towson, by the way, coming into this one, they'll play this game, and then they'll go at home on Thursday, and they'll play the Denver Pioneers, a good Big East squad, of course, as well. So the two teams are meeting up at center. The Big H at center here in Hempstead, the Pride and Towson Tigers, two longtime rivals here in the CAA. Of course, the all-time series is pretty close, 29-24 in favor of the Hofstra Pride. Of course, we mentioned last year they won against Towson. Now they're meeting here. Two goalies will tap at center. It will be Evan Long for Towson to our left, and to the right it will be Mac Gates, the standby for the Pride this year. Mac Gates coming in with a record of 3-7, which mirrors the team's record. A 10 games played, a goals against average of 11.70, save percentage of 49%. On the other side, it will be, as we mentioned, Evan Long, who this year is at a record of 2-6. 11.65 goals against average, and we are underway as picked up by Constantinides, and we are set. Constantinides in his near side Hofstra logo will get it back to his defender and Bars to the middle, too long, and he'll send out to the far side as Towson looks to clear. McNamara over the line, gets it up to the middle and finds DeMayo. Nick DeMayo carries the ball down the near side, covered by Daniel Oakes, and now he'll get it to the near of the alley. Now the near side, here is DeMayo. Flips it back out to center. It's going to be picked up there by Berkeley. Berkeley with an underhand flip to Weissar. Weissar back over to Schreier. Near side, here's Weber. Weber trying to set it up here. This is a young team as well for this Towson team, much like Hofstra, but some seniors sprinkled in and out. To the far side, here is Berkeley. Berkeley now goes over to the left, now to the right, now sends it back out. Now the near side pass intended for DeMayo is under his stick. 20 to go on the shot clock, is out of bounds, and it will go to the Pride.
This is how the defense really covered Towson's offense there and forced that turnover for the Hofstra Pride.
Tom Ford has it. The net is away as the goalkeeper is defending. Ford will now get it to the far side where he finds over to Corey Kale. Kale with a left hand, he gets over the middle. Here's a possible chance for Hofstra. In on the line, Dalton Sees, he scores! Dalton Sees on senior day! 1-0 Hofstra!
What a perfect setup for Sees. They just opened, no one was covering him, and was able to get that shot right down the middle.
And the Pride have a lead just a minute and 22 seconds into this one. Dalton Sees was left alone, as you mentioned, Amelia, right over the middle, off the pass by Corey Kale. The goalkeeper, Long, had to hurry his way back towards the crease as he was covering a man outside. Didn't have enough time to get set, and the Pride lead it 1-0. Back at the face-off X, Chase Patterson will win the clamp and get it himself on the loose ball, and Hofstra wins their first face-off. Danny Oakes on the near side. Hofstra a sneaky team whenever the goalie goes out. Oakes takes over the line and has it at the center line. At center, Daniel Oakes now to the far side restraining line. Oakes carries it into the box and now he'll come around. Daniel Oakes trying to go to the cage. Oakes coming in, shoots! Oh, big save by Evan Long. Hofstra now will slow it down and reset with Colton Rudd on the far side CAA logo. In the far alley, Hofstra going right to left. Team trying to get this crowd fired up, knowing how big this game is. There's a big student section over the near side. Now at X, it's Colton Rudd working the time here. 40 to go on the shot clock. Rudd has Madsen to his left. Gets a pick from Madsen. Rudd now will back it over. Nick, get it to Madsen at X. John Madsen cutting around. Now trying to post up on the defense here. Madsen to the near side. Gets it to the near side top from Matt Elder. Elder around the outside has it. Now with the right-handed stick, sends it to the inside. A shot, and that's stopped there as a shot comes from Justin Sykes. Hofstra wins the race. Shot clock resets to 60. Good offense here from Hofstra.
Very good. They're really forcing this Towson defense really early on, and they got to keep up this momentum just to really crack down on Towson.
Colton Rudd looked to the outside for Gerard Kane. Kane dropped it, picked it back up. Now at the center, Gerard Kane fakes a pass. He's very good at that. To the near side. Great stick skills he has. Matt Elder. Now at X. Here is Madsen. Madsen trying to post up in the near side. Madsen now cuts to the left, now goes back right. Madsen tries to throw it on, and that's going to be called a shot, and it will stay with Hofstra with 32 seconds left to go on the shot clock, 11:57 left to go in the first quarter. So now Hofstra will pick it up at X with Justin Sykes. Sykes around the outside, being guarded heavily there by number 30 for Towson, Reese Potter. Sykes back with it. And now the Pride will take it to X. 15 to go in the shot clock for Justin Sykes. Coming around the outside, Sykes backhanded shot. That is off the side, and then it'll stay with Hofstra with 9 seconds left to go on the shot clock. So they did not reset. Hofstra wants to reset because they say it went off of Long. I thought initially it was. Now the two officials will talk about it. And it will be a reset, so it is a shot on goal on Evan Long. So Long made the save. I thought initially it was Amelia.
It was very sneaky. It kind of just bounced off the post, I believe, too.
Now around the far side is Matt Elder. Elder pitch and catch with Kane. Now back over to Elder. Now at X behind the net, John Madsen. Madsen falls down, picks it right back up. Madsen trying to cut his way towards the cage. Madsen flips it back out. Here is Colton Rudd. Fake the shot. Now go around and take it to X. Hofstra dominating possession here. Towson's only had it for about 30 seconds in the first 4 minutes of this one. Around the outside, Rudd a shot. That goes wide. Backed up there by Madsen. And Hofstra will have it here with 10:58 left to go in the quarter. 26 seconds, now 25 on the shot clock. Madsen off a pick. Underhanded shot sent wide.
Hofstra's really creating a lot of opportunities from themselves as they're really trying to close in on the goaltender here, and the shots do keep going wide, yes, but that always happens. But they're really making a lot of opportunities for themselves.
Almost 10 seconds left to go for Justin Sykes on the shot clock. He's got to hurry. Now sets it up here on Potter. Sykes a shot, save there. Rebound, score! Matt Elder picked up with one hand, puts it over the head of Long, and it's 2-0 Hofstra.
Both seniors scored the first couple of goals of the game. It's just like it's written in the stars today.
You can't write a better script than that to start the senior day. Matt Elder with the goal for the Pride. It's 2-0 here with 10:37 left to go. Long made the initial save on the Sykes shot. Elder was able to pick it up with one hand and flip it over the head of Long right in front, and Hofstra has the lead. Back to the face-off X, it will be Constantinides, who was part of a very, very good dynasty at New Fairfield High School in Connecticut, and he'll win the face-off and scoop it up at center. Of course, I know that because it's only one town over from me. Flip back to center. Well, we never played against him in high school. Austin Stewart. Back to center now over to Ryan Swain, one of the captains of this team. He has the C on his right chest. Near side will be worked around for Jonathan Bender. Bender back to center. It's Austin Dukonen. It's the exits back with Nick DeMayo. DeMayo back up top. Dukonen to the near side. Bender being covered heavily by Hofstra's defense there. Pass to the middle. A shot saved by Matt Gates. That was coming from Ryan Schreier, and Gates made the easy stop.
They just got down low, angled the stick correctly. It looked like it almost went in there for a second, but it picked it right back up.
That's the way Matt Gates plays. By the way, that goal by Matt Elder, his 12th of the season for the Pride. So, goal number 12 for number 12. Hofstra will now start with it back with the possession here. Griffin Turner, you'll see some more time here from the second unit. The far side now for San Lutfi. Lutfi has it walking across the middle line. Back to Turner. Griffin Turner at center. Hasn't entered the box yet, just outside of it. And now gets it back to the left side to Lutfi. Now to the right side for Turner. Turner working his way, almost gets around one man. Has it with a left-handed stick. Turner back with it. works it down the left wing side, back up top. Rory Jones, now a far pass. Lutfi shot, he scores! 3-0 Hofstra, Sam Lutfi.
What a offense has proven that they're dominant in the first half of 3 already with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to go of this first half.
So Sam Lutfi gets one on the board for the Pride. And that's going to be his second goal of the year and only his third game played of the year. Rory Jones would get the assist. 3-0 Hofstra here with 8:46 left to go in the first. Face-off, violation called on Konstantinidis. And it'll be with Hofstra, Richie Hickes, short stick defensive midfielder, flips it over to one of the seniors today who was honored, Sterling Ardrey. Ardrey at center. Just outside the circle, now gets over the far side for Trevor Natalie. This kid has been impressive this year, Trevor Natalie. And the near side, Ryan Sheridan, back in the middle for Ardrey. Hofstra working on the outside. Catch and catch with Natalie and Ardrey. Now it's Sheridan trying to work something up. Sheridan, right hand, gets it over to Natalie, who has the left hand now. Natalie over the center. To the near side, back with Elder. Elder flips it over. Far side, Sheridan fakes a shot. Now trying to bulldog his way in. Sheridan puts it on and scores! Oh, man! Ryan Sheridan bulldoged his way towards the net. Just puts it over long, and it's 4-0 Hofstra. And that will cause Towson to call a timeout for head coach Sean Nadalin.
The Hofstra bench is just ecstatic as they're jumping up and down, just running out onto the field. They know it's important, and with each goal that the energy keeps increasing and increasing.
And the energy in this stadium has increased a lot. A big crowd here at Stewart Stadium for this one on both sides of the field, really, as well as Seth Tierney must be loving what he's seeing from this team. And by the way, of those 4 goals we've seen today from Hofstra, of this game today, 3 of them coming from seniors. Dalton Sees, Matt Elder, Ryan Sheridan, all getting goals. So again, you can't write a better script to start this one. And Stan Lutfi also getting a big goal for him. Missed some time this year and now back in the lineup. Defensively for Hofstra, they've done a very nice job. Not much to really go against because only 2 possessions, both about maybe 30 seconds each for Towson.
About that, and also the offense is really working hard to keep the ball in Towson's end. So the defense hasn't really had to deal with too much just yet.
So 2 teams get set back up. So Towson uses their first timeout here, which is something we saw in the Syracuse game where Hofstra went out to this big run to start the game, and Gary Gate, the head coach at Syracuse, called a timeout, and the Orange went on this big run. I wonder if this will fire up the Towson Tigers enough to go on a run here. We Konstantinidis on the face-off up against Chase Patterson once again. So now Patterson at center against Konstantinidis, wearing number 51. He's only a sophomore. Patterson flips it up and will go early, and it will be a face-off violation against him. And Towson will have the first possession after the timeout. Near side, it's with Kyle Berkeley. So first unit out for the Tigers. To center, Weishar. Weishar at the far side to the middle for Schreier. We're getting a lot of Maryland natives, of course. Maryland, a hotbed for lacrosse. Same as Long Island. So both teams getting a lot of local talent on each side. Near side is Berkeley. Now to the top center. Pass over coming from Weber to the far side. It's Weishar. Underhands it behind the net. Now shot in front, and they score. Pass came in front to Joaquin Villagomez. He gets on the board. Towson's on the board. It's 4-1. Good response after the timeout.
A very good response. And I don't want to have a little broadcaster's jinx after mentioning what happened during the Syracuse game. But, I mean, we'll never know.
We who knows? This Towson team is not like the Syracuse team anyway, the way both teams are built. course, Syracuse having all that young talent. Towson a little bit older compared to Syracuse on that. Face off at center. It's won by Konstantinidis. He comes in over the line all alone, flips in the middle. Now near side, Villagomez. As it's now DeMayo. DeMayo with it. Hofstra slows down the offense as they had a good run. Could not get the fast break goal.
Yeah, and as mentioned before in the pregame show, mentioned that the defense, if they wanted to win this game, is really tighten up and to stop Towson.
Well, they tightened up in the first 2 possessions. Now the third possession was a nice job by Towson to really open Hofstra up. So now see what they can do here. 45 seconds on the shot clock. Far side, it's Weissar. Same unit out for the Towson Tigers. Weissar on the far side. Puts a shot on it. Scores. Goes low to low on the near side post from the far side. And it's 4-2 lead cut in half. Good answer here from Towson.
Very good answer here. That low shot, it's always difficult to stop in any sport like lacrosse. It's as a previous goalie, but for soccer, it's difficult sometimes because you got to get down low and sometimes you miss it.
So at center, it will be another face-off here. Towson's won the last 2, which has led to their 2 goals. And if you're Patterson, you'd love to win this one. Konstantinidis gets it and wins it. So 3 straight wins for him. Gets over the line. Try to get a pass. It's lost in the middle. And it'll be a battle for it. Ford lays a big hit. It will stay with Towson and goes out of bounds. So the Tigers now will have to reset. We'll still see that first offensive unit for the Tigers with Berkeley, Weissar, and Weber. Top center, Villagomez to the near side for Weissar. 5'9", 165 from Arnold, Maryland. Now around the middle, here's a chance coming in. A shot, score! 3 unanswered. Kyle Berkeley puts this one in, and it's 4-3.
Towson really catching up here to Hofstra in the early, or pretty much midway through the first half. Hofstra's got to respond to those 3 goals. But you just it all comes down to the face-off, too.
Yeah, face-offs are important. I know it's early in the game, but right now face-offs should be very important as Patterson's lost his last 3. Konstantinidis has done a great job. This time Patterson pushes up ahead of him. But now battle at the center X. Patterson still looking for it. Kicks it away to the far side. Over the line. It'll go off of Towson. It will stay with Hofstra, so they'll give that win to the Pride. As there was no loose ball, Gerard Kane has to step back outside of the restraining line on the far side alley, and he'll start it up. Kane to the middle. It'll go to Griffin Turner. Griffin Turner walks in slowly, has Rory Jones entering the field. 3 unanswered for Towson after Hofstra started off with a 4-0 lead. To the middle it goes to Justin Sykes. Sykes with it here on the far side. Now gets it down low to the baseline for Kane. Fakes a pass. Now gets it behind. Drops the pass as it goes past the stick of Matt Elder. That's a tough turnover for the Pride.
Very tough, but just like the defense can always win it back too, as they're really getting aggressive on this Towson offense.
Well, great job there to get through all of the Hofstra sticks by Ray Glass for Towson. And now the Tigers will start it back up here with 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. So the Tigers now with it. Top center, it's Weissar. Now it's Schreier. Schreier top center. Now to the near side, it goes over to Weber. Weber near side coming in down the middle. To the far side, back with Weber. Berkeley now with it. Berkeley sends it over. A shot sent wide coming off of Weissar.
It's a very good shot there. A great opportunity. Just a bit far wide. It almost made it a tie game.
Now here with it, making a curling move on the near side is Josh Weber. Gets it down low to the goal line. Back up top for Villagomez. Villagomez has a goal. Now far side, Weissar. Weissar takes it down to the X. Near side with it is DeMayo. Back with it, Villagomez. DeMayo to the middle. Weissar shot, scores. We're tied. 4-4.
Probably had a bit of a broadcaster's jinx there earlier there.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But Towson has come back with 4 unanswered goals. Mikey Weissar with the goal. And now with 4:16 left to go in the first quarter, we've seen 8 goals in the first 11 minutes of this one. Well, obviously lacrosse is a high-scoring sport. This is no exception here. 9th of the year for Weissar. DeMayo gets the assist. Face-off here won by Chase Patterson. Loses it, though, off of a stick check. Patterson still battling it for it. And it's dug up there by the Pride. Off of the stick, though, is as checked out of the way of John Recker. And now on the far side, here is the Towson Tigers, Villagomez. Villagomez will now slow it down, get it up top. And it's going to be Reese Potter waiting for reinforcements. Same unit going to come back out for the Towson Tigers. I mean, he's the one who scored all 4 goals, the same midfield unit. Near side, it's with Josh Weber. Went to Calvert Hall in high school, and here's Weber down the near side. Now a pass, quick shot coming, sent wide, and it'll go out. Coming off the stick of Berkeley. Now the Tigers working in here in offense. They have to control the possession here the last 10 minutes. The last 5 minutes. Overcompensating time here. Now coming in, a shot sent wide by Weissar. He came around from the far side with the right hand stick flipped to left, or rather with the right hand stick whole time. Stays with the Tigers though. Weber, near side. Now to X. DeMayo. Underhanded shot coming from Villagomez, goes wide.
A lot of opportunities Towson are creating for themselves. And Hofstra defense got to step it up, but obviously most of these shots are coming from up high.
Yeah, perimeter shots coming. A couple of them scored here. There's one and shot right in the gut of Gates, who makes the save. Matt Gates stops Josh Weber. And now Hofstra gets a huge defensive stop, and they'll have it on the far side. Daniel Oakes back to Gates. Gates with it near side, Tom Ford. Ford gets it over the line, over to Griffin Turner, who gets over the top center. Just outside the box for Griffin Turner. He'll step in. Far side, Gerard Keene. Now at X, it's with Colton Rudd. Colton Rudd, near side. Rudd with it, now back out to X. Pitch and catch played there with Elder. Rudd back to Elder. Near side, rather far side, Keene. Now Sykes up top. Here's Jones. Back to Sykes. Jones, pitch and catch. Near side, Rory Jones. They play to the far side there to Gerard Keene. Gets it to X. Flip it around for Elder. Trying to slip and fill. Now to the middle. Chance for Keene. On the pass by Jones. Was deflected, I think, off of Kane, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Towson here with 1:50 to go in the first quarter.
A great possession there by Hofstra also. Not ending it well with the turnover, but very good, creating opportunities for themselves as well.
Well, honestly, that's a very good opportunity with the pass, Amelia, with the cutting, Gerard Keene cutting down the middle. So now Towson will have it here. They'll bring out that second unit. Ryan Swain at top center. He's got Bender to his right. Finds over to Dukeman. Dukeman cutting in. Puts a shot on, saved by Gates. Rebound picked up. Another shot wide off of Schreier. Chase to the line. And it's won by Towson. Oaks almost had it. The Hofstra bench and the crowd wanted to go to Daniel Oaks, but it doesn't. Fresh 60 here for Towson. Now in the middle, Jonathan Bender. Bender around the outside, cutting the middle. Bender, a shot saved by Gates. Ball pops free. It will go to Hofstra. Tom Ford will get it, but I think there's going to be a loose ball foul here on Oaks, and yes, there is. And it will stay with Towson. And again, the crowd here not happy about that.
Yeah, the crowd not too happy, and obviously the dedication's diving right for the ball too, on pretty close to the sideline.
Yeah, this team loves to do it loves to play for each other, and Shows a lot of dedication throughout each game they play. Near side with it here is Bender. Bender gets dropped down, flags are flying, picked up by Hofstra, and we'll have our first penalty of the game. So it'll be a foul here against Hofstra, as we'll see what the call is officially. And we have pushed 30-second penalty there on Corey Kale. So Towson will have the last 29 seconds on a man up here, which means they'll have to go for it. Usually if you have about 5 seconds left and you still have the ball, you can hold on for possession and you get the ball right back, no face-off needed on the man up. But this time they're going to have to hurry and get a quick 30-second man up here for Towson. Top center it goes with Schreier. Schreier flips it underhand to Austin Stewart. Now the near side, Towson. Flip to the far side. A shot coming, goes wide off the stick of Villagomez.
Really wanted to get that shot there. It's a little bit wider and also very high too.
14 seconds left to go on the quarter. Now it's down to 10. Top center now far side. It's with Berkeley. Berkeley has 6 seconds left to go. Berkeley with it. And they're just going to hold here because they will get the possession no matter what, even with 1 second left on the penalty. And that means the Pride will go into the end of the first tied at 4 after 1. We'll be right back here on WRHU and Flow Sports. As we welcome you back here on Flow Sports, presented by WRHU, also on the Hawk as well. 4-4 after 1 quarter of play. Hofstra started out on a 4-0 run for the first 6 minutes. A timeout was called by Towson, much similar to the Syracuse game, of course. And Towson's on a 4-0 run. They have a possession here as the penalty to Kale is released. And they'll start with a possession here with 24 to go on the shot clock. A shot and they score. On the near side, it's Weber. And it's the first lead of the game for Towson.
Very quick shot there, as if they were waiting to do that just from the end of the first quarter.
So Josh Weber scores his 4th of the season. DeMayo gets the assist. He'll go back to the face-off X, and Towson has their first lead of the ball game. So Hofstra now goes left to right across your radio and television screens. Towson right to left in the gray jerseys, the white numbers, black helmets. Face off at center. Looks like a violation will go against Towson. Hofstra will get the possession here. A much-needed possession and a much-needed goal to break a 10-minute scoring drought or so for the Pride. We'll hit about 10 minutes in just a minute. Near side, it's Justin Sykes. Sykes gets it inside of the box on the near side wing. Top center goes over to Ludfie, who has one today. Now back to top center, flip for Colton Rudd. Near side Sykes. Sykes back up top for Rudd. To the near side, Gerard Kane flips it low. Now at the goal line extend, Matt Elder come around the far side. Elder will go with it. To the far side of Ludfie. To top center back with Rudd. Kane flips it with Rudd. Now the near side Sykes. Elder. 35 to go on the shot clock. Elder back to Sykes. Hofstra needs something to go here quickly. Far side Ludfie. Sam Ludfie gets it with a right-hand stick pass back to center to Colton Rudd. Rudd goes back with it, far side Ludfie. Now down at X, back to Ludfie, pitch and catch there with Elder. Ludfie back up top, Rudd. Near side Sykes, back up top to Rudd at top center. Now Kane puts a shot on, and seeing it there easily is the goalkeeper, Evan Long.
Hofstra looking just to drain the shot clock there for a bit, just passing it back and forth to each other, just to see if they could break the Towson defense as well.
The Tigers get it over the line off the stick of Brandon Hund, one of their captains. Hund still has it on the far side CAA logo around the outside. Hund goes towards the cage, now back at X. It's with Schreier to the near side with Villagomez. Top center Weishart. 5-0 run for Towson since their timeout at about the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. This one is dropped by Weishart over the middle, and it's going to be picked up there by Sheridan. Rather, Dalton Seas. Dalton Seas picks it up. It was a 15, not a 55. Seas back over. Slows it down with Chris Berry. Berry at the Hofstra 8 to the center of the field. Now gets to the far side to Colton Rudd. So a good defensive stop by Hofstra off the mistake by Weiser. Now the Pride at center. It's Griffin Turner. To the near side for Sykes. Gets it to X, back to Elder. He's going to run it through X, does Elder. Elder around the outside. Still has it. Now on the far side, Elder still with the ball. He's worked his way all the way around, Amelia. Back over to Griffin Turner. Turner at the far side. Turner now cuts in. Around the outside, flips it back out top. Here is Rory Jones cutting around at center, still being guarded heavily there by a defender. Jones to X. Back there for Rudd. Looking for a pass to Sykes. It's dropped. Sykes picks it back up. Still loose ball being picked up, and it's going to be a foul here against Hofstra. A loose ball push, and it'll be Towson with it. So another mistake on both sides, back-to-back possessions.
The loose balls are flying or rolling around. I shouldn't say flying because they're obviously on the ground. They're rolling around everywhere today, and obviously losing that possession can be detrimental.
So Towson brings out that first midfield unit once again. It's Weishart, top center, now almost on the far side. Gets it back to top center just outside the box for DeMayo. Pitch and catch, Weishart back with it. Now on the other side, pass broken up. He's looking for Villa Gomez, and that is broken up by Hofstra. Coming in over is Richie Hickes. Hickes over the line on the far side now. Loses the ball, but gets it as nobody could go over the line to pick it up because of the restraining line at center. So, mistake avoided there. Far side for Colton Rudd. Top center, Ryan Sheridan. The Pride trying to get started here. 5-4 is the score. Towson leads. 10:40 left to go in the second quarter. A 5-0 run for the Tigers. Here is Sheridan. Rather send in front, shot, score! Matt Elder off the pass by Ryan Sheridan. And we are tied. Hofstra breaks the run.
Finally, they answered those 5 goals that Towson just scored back-to-back after their first timeout in the beginning of late in the first quarter.
So you can see the resilience starting to pick back up for the Pride. Matt Elder's 13th of the year. Ryan Sheridan drew a defender out to him, was able to flip it inside to Elder, who was almost all alone. All he had to do was fake high and go low, and that is what he did. Patterson and Constantinides. Constantinides wins the draw. He'll go over the center line. He's cutting down the middle. Constantinides, underhand shot, sent wide.
Great work there by the defense, just knocking it out of the stick as well.
Yeah, really nice job there by Hofstra, really to shut him down, because those fast breaks are tough to defend, especially when you have one guy has to slide over and you have to leave one guy open at all times. To the near side, it is with Kyle Berkeley. Berkeley gives the ball to Weber, who enters the field once again. Top to Schreier. Ryan Schreier, top center. 5-5 game, 10 minutes left to go in the first half and second quarter. Near side is Josh Weber. Weber around to X. Now on the far side, it goes to Berkeley. Kyle Berkeley. Around the outside. Here, defense chance here at Stewart Stadium. Berkeley trying to cut his way around. Good job by Chris Berry to basically screen him. Berkeley around the near side post. Couldn't get there. Good defense by Hofstra. Tom Ford has pushed him all the way out to the near side. A pass is gone away. And now battling for it there is Recker. And this one is picked up by Hofstra. In over the line, coming with it is Corey Kale. Good defensive work by Hegarty. A shot by Kale, save. Rebound, Kale, another save. Hofstra resets here. Good offensive job. Corey Kale with a couple opportunities.
Very good offensive job, really running down the defense and creating space for themselves, and just rebound after rebound, almost just getting into the net.
9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Couple big saves there coming from Evan Long, the goalkeeper for Towson. Around the outside, far side Sterling Ardrey. Here's Sheridan. Near side for Natalie. Trevor Natalie now will work it down and walk it to X. Natalie across the near side, now works at 2X behind the net. Natalie trying to cut to his left, doesn't have much space. Goes around his teammate and Colton Rudd. Now works past the Rudd screen. Natalie near side. Still working. He has the speed. Natalie gets it behind to Colton Rudd. Rudd around the far side. Cutting over. Looking for a pass for Sheridan. It goes away. Kept over the line. And it's going to be off of the Pride. It will go right to Towson. Over and back. Now the Tigers have it with 8:10 left to go in the second quarter. Hofstra had a good couple opportunities. That pass for Sheridan was just away from him. So now it will be Towson with it at top center. It's going to be with Austin Dukeman. Takes it to X. Now near side, it's Villagomez. Around the near side, back with Ryan Swain. Top center, Bender. Bender shot with the right hand, sent wide. Backed up nicely, though, by DeMeo. DeMeo's going to leave it for his teammate. And Villagomez, the near side Hofstra logo, which is upside down here from us. It's going to be Ryan Swain around the outside with the right hand. Now gets over, far pass. Dukeman look for a pass to the middle. It goes away. It'll go to Hofstra on the out of bounds, and the Pride now will have a clearing opportunity. So sloppy play on both sides on passing throughout this second quarter. Only one goal we've seen in the second quarter. Rather, 2 goals. 1 goal aside, 2 goals after seeing 8 goals combined in that first quarter.
Again, just got to keep creating opportunities for themselves like they're doing right now with Matt Gates stepping outside of the net. As you mentioned before, Christian, very sneaky plays they create with Gates stepping out. Even
with Tom Ford, too, and Hegarty and Oaks, all those guys, they can definitely put it on net if the goalkeeper for Towson and Long steps away, which they really caused the first Hofstra goal. So now at X, Hofstra has it here. It's Griffin Turner around the left side. Now curls to his right. At X, back with it here is Lutfi. Lutfi around the screen by Turner. Lutfi finds Gerard Kane near side, pitch and catch with him. Lutfi now down low to X to Turner. Turner back with on the far side. Turner has it right-handed, trying to cut towards the cage. Goes to the other way for Lutfi. Lutfi cutting around the left-hand shot. That is sent wide. Hofstra thinks it was a stop there, and they did not get a shot clock reset out of it. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's Lutfi trying to cut his way towards the net. Sam Lutfi to the far side. Turner trying to curl his way to the net. Now send it around. It's Elder being guarded heavily there by Zangalia. Hofstra needs to hurry. They have 2 seconds left to go, and they'll just throw it away in a shot clock violation with 6:07 left to go in the second quarter. So a couple good opportunities, but it does go Towson's way here. So the Towson Tigers will carry it with Reese Potter. Gets over the center line, gets by a check coming from Corey Kale, and Potter, top center, leaves it for Weishar. Near side for Kyle Berkeley. Berkeley now gets switched on coverage as DeSanti was coming towards him. Now on the far side back with it. Here is Weishar. Weishar to the middle looking for a chance. It's broken up. And now Tom Ford picks it up. Tom Ford gets hit from behind. It's going to be a flag. And Hofstra is going to get their first man up of the ballgame.
But this first man up for Hofstra, it's a really great opportunity for them to get another shot on goal and take the lead in the second quarter.
So we'll see what Hofstra does here offensively for their unit. It'll be Lutfi, Kane, Rudd, Jones, Madsen, and Justin Sykes. We have not seen a lot of John Madsen recently in this one. This will be a 30-second foul, by the way, on Schreier. So Hofstra will have to hurry it quickly.
As you said, we haven't seen much of John Madsen yet in this game, and also leading goal scorer of the Hofstra Pride with also 9 assists and played in 9 games, started 8 of them.
Hofstra works it around. Near side Kane now back up top. Rudd to the far side. Shot there, blocked. Madsen look for it. It's still up in the air, way up in the air, and it's picked up out of the air by Zangalia. So now it will be Towson across the near side. It's McNamara who plays it over, and Towson's going to be able to kill off. Far side now, and then Kyle Berkeley works it out. It's dropped in the middle. Loose ball picked up by Daniel Oakes. Oakes cuts through two Towson players and will now get it over the center and finds Danny DeSanti. And DeSanti is a possible fast break, gets over the middle. Elder coming in, off the bar. Elder had a chance, it goes off the bar. And the race won there by Towson. They'll get the ball back, but what an opportunity. What a pass by Danny DeSanti.
And also, what a run there, just running down with no one really on him, just creating space for himself and just breaking up that defense, too.
So now Hofstra still tied 5-5, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And there will be a timeout called here by Towson. We'll keep it here with 4:15 left to go. Amelia, good opportunities for both sides here in this second quarter, but it's really been a defensive battle.
It really has been, and obviously we've now seen much of the Hofstra defense really working, and there's been a couple of slip-ups here and there, but they've really tightened it up. And also just the Hofstra offense really breaking through and really running down on these open spaces and getting great runs in to make a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been interesting to see. Now, Towson's offense has been on fire since about the 8 or the 7 minutes into the first quarter when that first timeout was called. Of course, they've used their second timeout of the half to try to slow everything down because it's been back and forth action on this second quarter, especially with the fast breaks and the penalties and all of that. So Hofstra working in defensively. I think you have to stop those outside shooters. Too many outside shots coming from Towson, where both teams I think have now worked on trying to score inside though.
Yeah, and also before the second period even began, we talked about how face-offs are really important, and so far Towson leads the face-off 6-5 to Hofstra. It's not a huge margin. It's just one face-off win, but still, that one face-off win can make or break a score.
Well, every time Constantine's won a face-off at that point in the first quarter, Towson would go down and score, and that's really a turning point in this one in that first quarter. So Towson's going to start with it on the far side with Josh Weber. He'll be guarded by Richie Hickes for the Pride. So Weber has it in the far side. His clock resumes here with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Weber now cuts to the right-handed stick. Weber now back at X. It's left with DeMayo. DeMayo up top to Weishar. Weishar far side. Weishar now cutting. Gets it to the middle. Weber pitch and catch there with DeMayo. Weber back with it. Left hand now takes it to the left. Cuts back. Goes to his right at center. Now to the far side. Pass looking coming from DeMayo. Goes under the stick of Berkeley. And another good defensive job by Hofstra, forcing a turnover. So the Pride now will start with Tom Ford here. Now to keep an eye on the goalkeeper in long. If he goes out, he will not currently, because they know how dangerous Hofstra is when he is out guarding another man. Near side, Trevor Natalie. So Hofstra will have 70 seconds to work with it here. Natalie on the near side. Natalie gets it down to X. And he leaves it for Colton Rudd. Rudd now works it at X. It's Rudd, Elder, and Kane attack with Sheridan, Natalie, and Watson. The three midfielders. Natalie around the near side. Natalie will now with the backup get it to X. Back to Rudd. Rudd now looks for his options as Hofstra tries to make some moves. It's going to be Rudd back with it on the near side around the near post. Cuts it back to X and Natalie. Now he's on the far side. Far back over to Sheridan. Back top center to Watson. 30 to go in the shot clock. Jossie Watson. Or rather, Stone Ardrey. Ardrey coming in. Ardrey now cut back. Here is Ardrey. And a timeout is called by Seth Tierney to slow it down here. 19 to go on the shot clock. And it's 2:42 left to go in the second quarter. So now the Pride will work on some offense here as they go down to the drawing board with assistant coach Mike Gongas. So they'll talk it over on the near side as they try to draw something up. And I think, Amelia, when you think about it for this Hofstra team, you know, a big goal obviously would be great. You have the lead. I think right now, if you keep it tight or get the lead at the half, that gives you momentum to carry into the second half.
It surely will, and with 2:42 left, they can score the last goal of the half, or they can just maintain it at 5-5. If they make a last-second goal too, that would also be impressive as well. But you don't really want to wait to the last minute to score a goal.
No, definitely so. So see what Hofstra does offensively if they keep out this second midfield unit that they've been using right now, or do they go back to the first midfield unit? And it will be the first midfield unit, so it'll be the same three offensive players for Hofstra we saw on attack: Kane, Rudd, and Elder. It's Sykes out there, as well as Jones and Turner. Elder having the near side with 19 seconds to go on the shot clock. So Seth here uses it as a way to get his first unit out there, and they have to get a shot quick here. It's now down to 15. Elder going with speed. Got a pick by Justin Sykes. Sets a great pick there. Double team there is Elder, trying to work his way towards the net. It's poked free and away. And this one dropped down by Towson. They'll go back the other way. So the Towson Tigers do a nice job of stopping Hofstra's late rush. And now they'll have a fast break chance the other way. Shot there sent wide by Brandon Hund. Goes wide. Ryan Schreier will have it at X.
Impressive defense there by Towson, just double teaming Hofstra's offense and just breaking free, and almost looked like it could have been penalty when one of the players was knocked down, but a Towson player picked up the ball, almost a score there too, and hit the ground eventually.
Josh Weber, top center. Weber takes it to the far side, working his way around his man. Weber was able to beat Seas, but it looked behind the cage now. Now taking around the near side, there is Villagomez, puts a shot on, goes wide. It's backed up nicely, though. Now Weishar coming in, saved by Gates as he went high and made the high stop. 1:38 left to go in the second quarter. Pride take it to the far side, where it's be slowed down quickly by Corey Kale. Now Hofstra now gets the offense rolling. Gerard Kane near side. Kane walks back towards Seth Tierney in the near side. Gets to a cutting Justin Sykes in over the line, and now Sykes will have it on the near side. Justin Sykes waits for more changes, and Rory Jones will step back on the field. Sykes has a man carting him heavily towards the midline. Sykes now around the near side. 1 minute now left to go in the second quarter. 40 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 55 seconds left. Oh, nice cut move there by Jones. Or rather, now far side shot off the post. It was off the post by Rory Jones. Hofstra gets a push there, and nice job by Tom Ford to force the push. 45 seconds left to go. As Jones got that pass from Griffin Turner. Turner now has it top center. Shot clock is off. Turner now on the far side. 33 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Turner walks it down. He'll have it on the far side. Turner with it now at the far corner. Turner now cutting his way around. Turner with 20 seconds left to go. Passed over to Colton Rudd. Rudd on the far side. Back to Turner on the top center. Turner has it in the right hand. Gets it to Kane in the left. 5 seconds left to go. Kane sends it far side looking for Elder. And it is high and away from him. And now Towson will pick it up with 3.5 seconds left to go. They'll play it to center. 1 second. Its ball is popped free, but the clock will run out, and we head to half. Tied at 5. Amelia, just some thoughts on the first half.
It was a really solid first half of the offensive, really coming out strong in the beginning of the first period. Though they kind of slacked off just a little bit, and Towson scored 5 unanswered goals there. And now with the game tied, this could be like I forget the word, but it could be a good
great second half coming up.
Yeah,
which we'll have here on the Hofstra Alternative Web Channel and Flow Sports. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes to give you the halftime report. We'll be right back. Early 4-0 start. Amelia, top 5 unanswered for Towson, but the Pride have been able to tie it. We had 8 combined goals in that first quarter. Well, in the second quarter, only 2, but still a very impressive game. Taking a look at some of the stats here, Amelia. Shots even, face-offs almost even or so. And, I mean, it's been a great game here. Two teams playing some desperate lacrosse, looking to make the CAA tournament as that 4 seed.
Yeah, it's quite the matchup. It's also very evenly matched too with both teams. As mentioned before, they're both pretty similar in league standings with a 1-2 conference standing.
Yep.
But both teams really coming out aggressive and really showing off how they play and how aggressive they really play too.
Again, looking at more of the things here, both teams had one extra minute opportunity as well. Nothing done there, both 30 seconds. Turnovers even, a lot of turnovers in that second quarter. 7 for Towson, 5 for Hofstra in that second quarter. Again, looking up at the scoring in this one, Hofstra getting goals from seniors Matt Elder, Ryan Sheridan, Dalton Seas, and then also Elder has 2, as we mentioned. San Lutfi has 1. Towson the other in Weishart with 2, Villagomez with 1, Weber and Berkeley also have 1 each as well. So 5-5 is your score here from Stewart Stadium. 51 degrees, a very nice crowd has set in. Of course, we got some youth lacrosse going on the field right now. Teams playing during the halftime here at Stewart Stadium. Amelia, as we mentioned, this game is big for CAA play, of course, and Hofstra knows they can make some noise here heading down into there. So, again, we have a very close game going on in Philadelphia, too.
Yeah, it was Stony Brook and Drexel. With 9 seconds left to go, it was 14-14, so we'll check back in on that in just a bit to see if we're going to go into extra minutes on this one. But a very tight game for them, too.
Yeah, and those are two teams both at a record of 3-0 coming in this weekend, so really a battle for that 2 seed. Of course, still have some more time left to go. Again, Hofstra has more games coming up. Looking ahead at Hofstra before we take a break and get set for the second half, they have 3 games left. Drexel next week in Philadelphia, then Hampton 2 weeks from now, and Stony Brook here for the home finale, the Battle of Long Island here at Stewart, which should be a lot of fun. I'll be on the call for that one with Jack McCarthy here. So, anyway, the Pride tied with Towson at 5. We'll take a quick 3-minute break, and when we come back, we have your keys to the second half, as well as second half action here on the Hofstra Alternative Web channel. Jump pass coming from DeMeo. Shot coming on, blocked in front. Here come the Pride the other way. Danny DeSanti has a possible chance the other way. DeSanti within the left hand, loses it, drops it, trying to battle for it. It's picked up in the air, and it's still loose, and DeSanti gets it back. Danny DeSanti has it taken away, though. Good defensive check by Josh Weber coming all the way back.
It was a great defensive action there, just from Towson in general, just to keep that possession away from Hofstra.
3 minutes into quarter number 3, 6-5 Towson. And for a great game, a great finish coming up here from Stewart Stadium. Top center, it's going to be with Ryan Swain. Swain has Dukeman to his left, or to his right. Now leaves it to Dukeman, who goes to his left. Now with the left hand with it, cutting down low, switches to right, puts a shot on, sent wide. Towson. So Dukeman with a nice job there. Now near side, it's Ryan Swain. Swain with it to the right. Swain cutting around the outside, leaves it at X. Pass coming into the middle. Here's Bender. Puts a shot on. It goes wide. Goes off the stick of Daniel Oakes. The far side. 33 to go on the shot clock for Towson. Hofstra's defense forcing him to the outside shots here, Amelia, which makes it easier for Matt Gates. Now in the middle, Dukem coming in. Goes to the left. Pops it back out top. It's Bender. Bender. Good defensive work by Tom Ford all over him. Now at X, it's with DeMeo. DeMeo coming around the far side. DeMeo backhanded shot behind the back. It goes wide. There's going to be a crease violation called, and Hofstra will have it here on the clear. That would have been something special.
That was a very interesting way to set up the shot too. Just from the just hit
behind the back. He was posted up. We see those shots all the time in the indoor game, and sometimes here in the outdoor game as well. And now it's Sheridan with it. Sheridan top center. Leaves it off for Ardrey. Actually lets Ardrey go by him, so Sheridan gets it back. Sheridan cuts to his right. Sheridan trying to bulldoze his way. Sheridan a shot. That's a save there. Popped up in the air, still free. Rebound shot off the side of the net. as Long made the initial save, couldn't make the second one. He was down. Hofstra had a hard angle for that second shot. As now good defensive job by Hofstra. Sheridan back the other way. Great check there coming from Kale. As now player goes down as Sheridan. Bang bang action here. Both teams battling for the ball as the physicality is picked up at top center. Still down. Great job by the Pride. Ball is still free. It's popped up, picked up by Towson as it's all over the field. As it's Zangalio has it. Gets it over back to Hofstra. Now Gerard Kane. Now we're slow back down. Kane on the far side. Leaves it top center for Trevor Natalie. Take a breath wherever you are. Natalie leaves it for Griffin Turner. 9:20 left to go in the third quarter. 6-5 Towson. Hofstra with it top center. It's with Sam Lutfi. Lutfi leaves it to his left over to Griffin Turner down the left wing. Turner gets a pass to Rudd, who dropped it, picks it right back up. Pitch and catch there with Elder. Rudd back to Elder. Elder has a little bit of lane. Now Kane. Now far side Lutfi. Sam Lutfi. Near side. Jones down low to Elder. Kane back to Elder. Now Elder with it. Near side. Now it's Jones. Sends it over. Far side. Griffin Turner. Hofstra working around here. They have 19 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's a shot coming in by Rudd. That's stopped there by Long. Towson tries to clear. They work their way towards center line. Is a good check there coming from Elder. Still picked back up, though, by Hund. Ball is still loose at center. And now Towson has a possible fast break, but they will slow it down there. As DeMayo had a lane, but didn't have enough help with him. He slows it on the near side CAA logo.
Also, great defensive work all around from both teams. It's very, very intense. As you can tell, they just want the possession. They just want to earn that possession.
1-goal game right now. Towson leads. Josh Weber to the near side for Weissar. Weissar has Richie Hickus on him. Weissar now to the middle. Here's a chance. A jump shot by Weber. Stopped by Mac Gates. Mac Gates has come up with some big saves here in this one, especially since the first quarter. Far side, it's Tom Ford. Net is not open, so he won't go for it. Has to get over the line quickly, and he does. Flip it to Griffin Turner. Turner in over. Gets it top center at the box. Turner has Lutfi to his right. Finds Sam Lutfi. Lutfi now slows it to the far side. Gerard Kane. Kane with it on the far side. Back to Lutfi. Lutfi. High pass picked up by Turner in the near side. Griffin Turner has it in the left-hand stick. Will go to his right, switches hands, stays in the right hand. Now he'll go to his left and switch hands once again. Here is a chance. Rory Jones has a lane, doesn't have it. Far side. Lutfi, a shot! Sent wide. As now Hofstra re-picks it back up with 27 seconds to go on the shot clock. Near side, Griffin Turner. Turner going towards the cage. He works his way, puts a shot on. It's blocked in front. I think it hit a Towson defender up high, and it did. Goes out. Hofstra has the backup for it, so 19 seconds to go on the shot clock with 6:45 left to go in the third. At X, it's Colton Rudd. He's got 10 to go on the shot clock. Leaves it to the near side. And it's Griffin Turner. Turner with 7 to go. Turner around the outside, leads in front. Gerard Kane, a shot. He scores! Gerard Kane, what a play! It's 6-6.
Finally, another first goal for Hofstra in the beginning of the second half with just 3 seconds left to go on that shot clock and 6:30 left in the first. Third period.
Yeah.
Third quarter.
Well, that was beautiful there. Gerard Kane, Griffin Turner went around to the far side post, was able to see Kane posted up right in front, and he was able to put it home just past the stick of Evan Long. This game is tied with 6:31 left to go. It's 6-6.
Gerard Kane's 16th goal of the season and Griffin Turner's 6th assist of the season.
And a violation called here against Patterson. 6:30 left to go in the third quarter, I should mention. To the near side, it is with Ryan Swain. We'll see that second unit once again for Towson. So a big goal for Gerard Kane to get him on the board. Now it comes down to the Hofstra defense. Can they shut down this Towson lineup? And it's Bender on the far side. Bender working his way. Tries to push on. He swims, actually. Gets it back out top center. Now the near side. It's with Swain. Swain plays it around. Now on the far side. Here's a turnaround shot sent wide, as that was put on by Villagomez. So 6-6 with 5:53 left to go in the third. A real fun one to be at here in Hempstead. Now on the near side, it's with Ryan Swain. Swain leaves it. Now chance in the middle. Shot saved by Gates off the stick of Schreier. It pops out and will go out of bounds and stay with Towson. But Matt Gates has made some huge stops in this one. Both goalies really have.
Well, yeah, both goals. And essentially now it's back to 0-0 again with the score tied.
With 20 minutes to go, basically, in this one. 5 minutes left to go in the third, plus the 15 in the fourth. Around the near side. Here is Bender. Goes underhand, shot, and Gates makes the save. That one might have been going over the net, but Gates was able to slow it and make the stop and leaves it for Chris Barry. Barry to the far side for Corey Kale. And Kale will take it over the line and into the box. Kale along the near side. I don't think the shot clock is reset. I think the shot clock is down to 40. It should be closer to about 65. But anyway, Hofstra has a little bit of limited time here. On the far side, it's Trevor Natalie. Natalie slows it down. Natalie with it, now cutting towards the net. Natalie puts a shot on it, goes wide. And now with 19 to go in the shot clock. And actually, it's going to go to Towson here, and Towson's going to get it. They win the race. And now the Tigers now will work it across far side. Towson works it. Walks it over the line here. And now the Tigers with it. Brandon Hund. 4:10 left to go top center. Now to the far side for Ryan Schreier. Schreier has it on that left wing. Leaves it back for Weber. Now to the right wing it goes to Weishart. Top right. Now to the top center for Kyle Berkeley. Berkeley coming in, has a man all over him, and Hickes. Top. Now to the right side. It's Weishart, plays it to X as the first unit. Schreier around the far side leaves it. Now coming across the middle is Weber. Slows it down. Back to the near side. Nice little move there by Berkeley. Puts it on. And that's stopped. Popped out free. Over the line and back to Towson. Fresh 60 they get. Great job.
It looked like it bounced off Matt Gates' shoes there.
So Matt Gates with another save, which causes the shot clock reset. The shot clock's back to 70 now. Tigers still with it. Good work here from Hegarty for Hofstra. 60 going the shot clock. 3 minutes left to go. Now cutting in. A foul is called. It will go against Towson. Back to Hofstra. They'll have it. It's Daniel Oakes. 3 minutes to go. Oakes back to Matt Gates. Plays it across. Kept in bounds. Nice job on that far side by Hickes. Danny DeSanti leaves it. Tom Ford coming in. Ford a shot. A save there by Long. Long leaves it free. Wide open net. A shot. They score! It's John Recker. And it's 7-6 Hofstra.
Taking the lead once again in the second half. Pretty late in the third quarter, but still, a lead is a lead. And that was a great opportunity as well.
Hofstra had 3 long pulls up the field. It was Recker, DeSanti, and Ford. The initial shot by Ford was stopped. The ball was still free. Recker picked up the loose ball and saw the wide open net as Long was out of the net and is able to turn around and put it on. And Hofstra's got the lead on what I love, and a long stick goal. Face-off change here for Hofstra as it's Benjamin Niesman. He battles there with Constantinos, and it's won by Hofstra as the loose ball goes to Danny DeSanti. DeSanti makes a nice move. DeSanti going towards the cage. Stops it back out top. Here's a shot. Save. And it was off the stick of Corey Kale. Now Towson back with a possible fast break the other way. Here come the Tigers to the near side. Underhanded shot goes wide by Nick DeMeo. Hofstra has their second lead of the ball game, their first since the first quarter. So now Towson will have 70 seconds on the shot clock to work with here. As it goes top center with Austin Dukem. Leaves it for the near side for Jonathan Bender. Now top center Bender goes to his right. Bender going towards the net. He falls down. Still has the ball. Good job by Barry to play on him. They switch defenders. Bender back out top. Dukem near side. Looking at pass over DeMeo. It's dropped. DeMeo battling Oaks. Still battling. Oaks kicks it away without the stick, as he cannot do that. Cannot play without the stick. The shot clock is going to reset back to 60. And it's now 1:37 left to go in this third quarter, and Towson has a fresh shot clock. It's Dukem with it on the near side. He'll walk it down slow. He has Chris Barry on him defensively. Now an X around the outside. Dukem back out up top to the near side. It's Bender working his way. Good defense by Oaks, but that would warrant a flag. And that's going to be a man up here for Towson, a big one to say the least. Let's see how long and what the call will be, but it will be Daniel Oaks heading to the box. So as Oaks heads to the box here, and it's going to be a face mask down trip, 1 minute. So it'll be our first 1 minute man up of the ball game, and Towson will work with it here.
Man up like this late in the third quarter too, especially it was 7-6, and in Towson's advance as well, it could essentially just go back to 0-0 once again.
Yeah. So the Towson Tigers flipped a little pass here to the near side. So now the Tigers with it, working around top center for Nick DeMeo. DeMeo back with it, near side, played across a area pass from Weishar. Now DeMeo puts a shot on. That is sent wide. I think Gates got a piece of it, and they're saying he did. So Oaks gets a tripping penalty here. Near side Weishar. Now the far side for Berkeley. Send in front. Quick little pass, shot, score. And this game is tied back up. Joaquin Villagomez was left all alone right in front of Gates. Gates wants that one back. It's 7-7 with 36 seconds left to go in the third.
With the 36 seconds left in this third quarter, for Hofstra, you just want to just go right in like how Towson did in the beginning of the third quarter. It's a 5-second run and scored right in to take the lead early on in the second half.
So Hofstra go back to Benjamin Niesman here on the face-off. Coach Tierney likes to change it up a lot with the face-off men, and he changes it with, especially when things are not going right, which they haven't in the last quarter or so. This one popped up by Constantinides, and Hofstra runs into each other, and now it's a possible break the other way. Here is Morin. Morin loses the ball, picked up though by the Pride. It's going to be picked up by Hegarty to the near side. Finds it to Colton Rudd. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Rudd going towards the net. Rudd puts it on. It's stopped there by long stretch pass. And a big hit call made there by Ford. Ford gets it over the line. Tom Ford back over. Near side Rudd. Here's Rudd. He'll slow it down. He's got 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Rudd has to put one on. Does. It goes off the outside of the net. And we're going to head to the fourth quarter, tied at 7. You're watching Hofstra Pride Men's Lacrosse and listening on the Hofstra Alternative Web Channel and watching on Flow Sports. We will be right back. Back here at Stewart Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University in Hempstead, New York. What a game we've been treated to here in this one. 7-7 after 3 quarters of play. Amelia, this has been a lot of fun, and you thought after a 4-4 score after 1 we'd have a super high-scoring game. It really hasn't been that much since. Only 6 goals combined in the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, it's been like a call and response kind of game. If one team scores, the other one responds soon afterward. It could be a fast response, it could be a slow response, but they end up responding in some way, in some capacity.
So we Hofstra going left to right across your radio dials and television screens. Towson right to left. Benjamin Niesman back on the draw against Matt Constantinides. native of New Fairfield, Connecticut. Face him out center. Good battle here. Niesman tried to flip it under, but Constantinides outworked him for that one and gets the draw. Niesman still trying to hound him all over. Constantinides goes down. That's going to be a flag here. And Towson's going to have it as Hofstra will go to the man down. Towson still has it. Top center. Left with DeMayo. DeMayo leaves it for Weiser coming into his left. Weiser to the far side. Still has it. Again, flag is down, so Hofstra will go man down here when the ball touches the turf or they pick up possession here. Now a chance to run shot. They score! Ryan Schreier, 8-7 Towson.
Once again, a quick response here in the fourth quarter with 14:21 left. Very fast once again.
Penalty will not go up because of the goal scored. It was a push call going to go against Niesman. Chase Patterson's going to go back on the faceoff here. So Towson scoring early in the first minute of the last two quarters of this one. In the third, they scored 5 seconds in. In the fourth, they scored 39 seconds in. Face-off here, Patterson trying to battle his way. Patterson does not get it. It's picked up on the loose ball by Morin. Morin plays it to the far side, now cut in the middle. Here's a chance. Coming around is going to be Potter. Throws it on wide. Towson picks up. They'll slow it down with 70 to go in the shot clock. So the Tigers now starting to work their way here. It's with the near side. Here is Villagomez. Villagomez working his way past. Puts a shot on from the right. It goes wide. Again, one thing you notice about these teams, both these teams very, very good with both hands when shooting and passing. Back with it is DeMayo. DeMayo on the far side. Left set back out. Top center to Weishar. Weishar now down the right wing. Plays it to the middle. Leaves it for Schreier. Near side. Back to Berkeley. Berkeley trying to go to his right. He does. Now curls back to the left. Has two defenders all over him, which means there's somebody wide open. Back up top, Schreier. He has the go-ahead goal right now, which was earlier just a couple minutes ago. Battle behind the net. There's going to be a foul called here. It will go against Towson, and Hofstra is going to get it. So now the Pride with it. Tom Ford, goal line extended to the near side. Back in front of the cage to Matt Gates. Gates trying to clear it here. He gets it over the middle to a good stick-handling player in Griffin Turner. Turner gets to the far side, reaches the line, gets in the box, far side. Turner leaves it behind for Rudd. Hofstra starts up. They'll have 60 to go here on the shot clock. Kane pitch and catch with Rudd from the near side. Back to Kane on the CAA logo on the near side. Justin Sykes, Gerard Kane go back and forth. Kane gets the pick by Sykes. That's something Sykes is so good at. Kane cuts over the middle, puts a shot on right into the stick of Long. And now Towson now will clear and go the other way. It's Hund. Hund loads up, fakes it, gets a pass over. Here is McNamara. He drops it. Good defense by the Pride. They'll go the other way. There's going to be a loose ball foul. Correction. Going to go against Towson, but they're going to have to back up. They try to go on a quick, fast break, but they'll have to back up. So now pass goes to the far side. It's going to be with Elder. Now top center with Griffin Turner. Turner runs through the offense, as we know, as does Rudd on opposite sides of the spectrum. Here is Turner. Curls his way. Underhand shot. Score! Griffin Turner ties it at 8 with 12:02 left to go in the fourth.
Another quick response from Towson's first goal here in the fourth quarter.
So this game is tied once again. You mentioned the quick response. That's exactly what Hofstra needed. Griffin Turner does the job. We'll go back to the ever-important face-off. It's Patterson against Constantinides. It's a must-win here for Chase Patterson. 1 for his confidence, 2 for the game. Constantinides goes early. A violation going to go against the Towson face-off man. And now it will be Hofstra with it. Top center goes to Sam Lutfi. Having a great day is Sam Lutfi. He'll have it on the far side. Leaves it to the center for Griffin Turner. Turner has it. Now goes to the far side. Turner works his way. Now inside the box, Turner goes to his left, cuts back, flips it out top. Here's Jones, fakes a shot, now goes around the shot, and a great save there by Long as he went high. So now Towson goes back the other way. Great goaltenders duel here in Hempstead. Over the line with it here is Ray Glass. Glass will leave it for a teammate in Santora. And now that was actually Potter. Now the Towson Tigers with it. 8-8 with 11:05 left to go in quarter number 4. To the outside, now to the middle. Coming in with it, here is Berkeley. Goes towards the net. Good defense there by DeSanti. And DeSanti forces the ball out of bounds. But there's a flag down on the field. And this, see who it goes against. I think it'll go against Hofstra here. Again, man up. Nobody has scored on them. But you cannot be allowing it this late in the game because you know teams can.
Especially a team like Towson, who are just a scoring machine in this game too. I mean, along with Hofstra, also a scoring machine. It's just been, as mentioned before, call and response and just repeatedly back and forth.
So it's only a 30-second holding against Danny DeSanti. So quick man up here for Towson. They'll have it on the far side. Now back to the top center. Weishar leaves it to the near side. Now back to Villagomez. Now back far side to Mayo. Shot over the middle from Berkeley goes wide. 12 seconds to go on the penalty for Hofstra. Still working with it here is Towson. To the near side, Villagomez puts a shot on. It's blocked in front. Nice job by Blake Cooling to block it. It goes out. 1 second to go, so Hofstra will kill off this penalty, but still have 30 seconds to shut down Towson here on their offensive possession. Villagomez trying to cut to the middle. Villagomez gets called for a illegal procedure. That will be back with Hofstra. They'll have the clearing attempt here. So the Pride, it'll be Kale to the near side for Daniel Oakes. He has to get over as soon as possible. Daniel Oakes, far side, finds it over to Blake Cooling. Cooling at the center H will slow it down. And there's a whistle blown here. These two referees on the near side will converge. It's going to stay with Hofstra here. And I think it's because the shot clock hasn't started. So now Hofstra will have it here with Griffin Turner. Turner on the far side. He's got it. Now cuts to the outside. Turner battling with a man there. Drops the ball. Good defensive job there by Potter, but Turner gets it right back. Turner now cut his way towards the net. Near side for Lutfi. Sam Lutfi got it to back out. Gerard Kane puts a shot in. Save. Really nice save there by Long as he went across his body to stop that one.
Yeah, impressive save, and Long's been making a lot of those saves today, as the same with Mac Gates.
Two goalies have been unbelievable to watch here. That is save number 18 for Evan Long. Matt Gates has 9 saves. So a real nice job by both sides. Actually, that was save 17, my correction. So we'll go now to Towson. Weber, top center, now goes to his right. He gets taken down from behind. That's going to be a pushing penalty. Here's a shot that goes behind the net. In front, shot, score! Ryan Schreier right in front once again. It is 9-8.
It's gonna be like this for most of the game, where it's going to be constant back and forth, and it shows that the defense can really step up and stop a second goal in a row from Towson, and the same for Towson too. It shows that they can stop Hofstra's offense from scoring like a second goal back to back.
So now 9-8 lead for Towson. They have been on top here of the back and forth recently, although Hofstra got in front at 1 point. Face off at center. It's Patterson and Constantinides. Constantinides wins it. It's off his stick, though. Patterson hit it out of it, and it's picked up. John Recker battling for it. Still can't pick it up. Now it goes to Hofstra. Chris Berry with it. Barry has 3 players all over him. Gets through 4, has 4 on him now. He gets through all of them, gets it over the line. Great job by Chris Barry. Now Patterson over the line, leaves it back. Long pole shot from Recker is stopped. But talk about the job there by Chris Barry. Had 5,000 players on him at one point and went through all of them. Now Towson looking for a clearing attempt here. It's the Tigers long. Leaves up the middle. Hofstra trying to guard that line. It does get over the line from Ray Glass. Glass to the near side. 8 minutes left to go in quarter number 4. Kyle Berkeley near side. Has Weiser coming out of the field, and he'll get it. It's a big possession for both teams. A goal would be huge for Towson, but a stop for Hofstra could shift it back their way. 38 to go in the shot clock. Coming around the out near side, Villagomez has Ford on him. Now to the far side. Cutting it down low here is Weber. Takes it down up. He'll throw it. It goes away. Trying to keep it in his Villagomez. He can't keep it in. It'll go to Hofstra. An unforced turnover this time by Towson. Ford loops it to the far side for Richie Hickes. Hickes will reach the center line and get over it. Now running towards the restraining line. He will get into the restraining line. Trevor Natalie back on the field. Natalie and Sheridan. He'll flip it to Ryan Sheridan at top center. Sheridan now in the far side, top left. Left wing, Sheridan. Ardrey running onto the field. It's Sheridan. Flips it back for Sterling Ardrey. Ardrey now to Natalie. Hofstra has 50 on the shot clock. It's Gerard Kane. Gets it behind to X. Around the outside, Colton Rudd. Back up top to Sterling Ardrey. Ardrey cuts the outside. Ardrey now trying to curl his way around. Look for Natalie. It gets away. It's going to be kept in, though, by Ford. Ford trying to flip it. It goes away. It's going to go out of bounds, though, and stay with Hofstra here with 29 to go in the shot clock. Does it reset? Seth Tierney is asking the 2 officials, because remember, Towson had possession, which is why Hofstra's asking, because the long pull for Towson, which was Morin, picked up the ball, and Hofstra thinks they should get a fresh 80 actually out of it because the possession changed. So the 3 officials will talk it over at center, and it does not. So it will stay with the Pride here. It does actually, my correction, does go back to 80. So a good job by Hofstra. They'll have a fresh 80, 6:42 left to go in the 4th quarter. And it's a 1-goal deficit, and Seth Tierney will call a timeout. So, Amelia, some great action here, some nervy moments here. Hofstra will go to the drawing board, and this is going to be a huge possession right now.
And yeah, it's a good move on Tierney's part, calling a timeout with 6:38 left to go in this game, in this 4th quarter. And any move, any offensive move is going to be helpful for this Hofstra Pride. Whether it's a face-off or a turnover, it's going to make or break if they score.
So we'll see what they do offensively with what unit they'll put out. I expect to probably see maybe the first unit at some point coming out here. So we'll see what Seth Tierney decides to do offensively, but I think this has just been an absolutely fantastic game to consider. This game started off 4-0, 6 minutes into this one, and Towson went on that 5-goal run, and then now it's been back and forth since the half. Tigers lead 9-8, and this was just like it last year. The 2 teams played extremely close last year down at United Stadium, so it's a very similar atmosphere. And, of course, being a huge game for the standings. By the way, that game we were talking about earlier, Stony Brook Drexel. The Drexel Dragons won that one in overtime at home. So that will move the standings now to Drexel in 2nd place over Stony Brook. Stony Brook is in 3rd. And right now, Hofstra and Towson battling for the 4th seed, of course, with 3 games left for all of the CAA teams left. Hofstra has Hampton, Drexel, and Stony Brook in their final 3 games next week against Drexel, which we'll have the radio coverage for on the Hofstra Alternative Web Channel. It'll be Sam Lutfi with the ball to start on the near side. Fresh 80 for the Pride, and it's Lutfi with it. Lutfi takes it down the near wing side. Finds it over to Matt Elder. Elder now at X works around. Elder now to the far side. Griffin Turner with it. Here's Griffin Turner. Goes to his right, gets around, flips it back out. Rory Jones fakes a shot. Has a big defensive stick on him in bars. And he's going to find it there to Turner. Turner flips to Gerard Kane. Kane back out top. Lutfi. Sam Lutfi. He'll have it here. Now take it around at X. Lutfi to the near side. He'll still have it. Now on the near side, Gerard Kane with it. 33 to go on the shot clock. Kane leaves it at X. Cutting around near wing. Here's Rudd. Back to Kane. Kane a shot. Big save there by Long. It's popped into the stick of Sam Morin. Morin gets it back into the crease to Long. And now Towson looked to clear, and Long has made another huge save. At center, it's Brandon Hund. Gets it over the line. Hund has it to the near side for Kyle Berkeley. Berkeley with it. Leaves it for Weishart. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in quarter number 4. It's a 9-8 lead for Towson. Weishart has it. He'll work down some clock here with 45 to go on the shot clock. He has Griffin Turner on him defensively. Weishart, that's kind of a mismatch to think about it. Weishart to the near side. Teams will get some changes here going. Onto the field goes Weber. Weber, with 30 seconds to go, he'll have it. 30 to go on the shot clock. Weber goes to the right, works around the outside, back to the middle. Here is Berkeley on the left-handed stick. Berkeley going towards the net, cutting towards the middle. Berkeley, good job by Oakes, who breaks it up, and it's picked up by Hofstra. DeSanti, near side, has to look for his options, has 2 players on him, gets it back to Matt Gates. A flag is down, and Hofstra could have a man up here. They'll have it. Far side, Daniel Oakes has to get it over the line. Oakes, 2 on him, gets through the 2 of them. And now gets it to the far side here. Colton Rudd on the left wing. Slowing it down, 57 to go on the shot clock. Again, flag is down all the way back in the Hofstra end. So the Pride now will have it. It's Griffin Turner. This is a huge possession because they do get the ball no matter what happens here at the end of this shot clock run or end of this possession unless they score. It's Turner. Back with it. Griffin Turner curls away. Turner loses the ball. It goes down. Still loose on the field. And it's going to be still loose. Kick towards the net. It will go out. But Hofstra is going to have a man up here. And I think, Amelia, this is going to be a 1-minute man up with 3:31 left to go. And that is huge.
With the 1 minute man up, Hofstra can do pretty much anything. They can really crack down this Towson defense. And a score at this point of the game would be huge for the Pride.
Yeah. So let's see what the call is. It is going to the box, Kyle Berkeley. So they'll go for a cross-check 1 minute, and it's non-releasable, which means Hofstra can score as many times they can on this 1 minute man-up advantage. Got my sports mixed up there for a minute. So it's a non-releasable penalty, and that means Hofstra can score as many times as they can. Gerard Kane on the near side will start with it here as teams get into action. It's Kane, gets it to X for Lutfi. Sam Lutfi, you see there is Madsen. First time we've seen Madsen in this half. To the near side with Sykes. Back out for... Bro, we haven't seen a lot of Sykes in this quarter as well. Kane back with it. Top center. Far side, John Madsen. Back to the center. It's Rudd. Near side, Lutfi. Lutfi works it around to Kane. Kane looks for a shot, fakes it. Far side, Madsen with it. Madsen back over to Colton Rudd. Back to Gerard Kane. Near side of the Pride continue to work around. Top center. Here's Kane. Far side looking for Madsen. It's broken up in the middle. Nice job defensively by Bars, but Hofstra still has it here. 14 to go on both the penalty and the shot clock. Far side, Hofstra got to get something quick here. It's Turner who loses it. And now popped up in the air. And this is going to be going to Towson here as the shot clock was about to run out. The penalty is over, and that's a huge defensive stop for Towson. They have 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go on the lead here, and they have the ball. 70 to go in the shot clock. About a minute discrepancy between game and shot clock. Here is the far side, Weishart. He'll have it. Mikey Weishart cuts it back, now goes to the left hand. 2 minutes left to go, 50 to go in the shot clock. Weishart has it. This has got to be a big stop for Hofstra, or a goal from Towson could possibly put this one. Weishart at X. Has Hickes on him. Right, that's Corey Kale. Weishart trying to cut his way. 30 seconds, just continuing to chip time away at this one. 25 in the shot clock. 1:33 left to go. Weishart almost stumbles, gets it back up. Kale on him. Weishart plays it to X. Back with Towson. Here they go. It's Phil Gomez. Phil Gomez with 15 to go in the shot clock. Phil Gomez looks for a shot, fakes it. Back out top center. Here is Berkeley. Berkeley, a shot. That goes wide. The race, though, is won by Towson. They have 5 to go in the shot clock. 1:14 left to go. They'll have it here. Gates did not get a piece of that. 1:10 to go. They'll leave it in the corner with 1:09 left to go. Now 1:08. Hofstra will have it. They have one timeout left, and this is a big moment. Hofstra takes out the field. Tom Ford leaves it to the far side. Gets it to Richie Hickes. Hickes in over the line. Now a minute left to go. Now on the far side, here is Colton Rudd. Rudd leaves it. Timeout called by Seth Tierney with 57.7 seconds left to go. And we're in for an exciting finish, Amelia.
We indeed are. Once again, another great timeout call by Seth Tierney. Pretty much at the right moment, just crossed over the line of the Hofstra logo in the center. 57.7 seconds left. Anything can happen in this final 57 seconds.
But you're going to have to go back to that man up, and a huge missed opportunity there for the Hofstra Pride. So now it's going to leave a 57-second shot clock turned out off for the Pride to tie this game.
Because, see, before the timeout was called, the bench was getting really excited as one of their players was running down the field, and the energy it's palpable from up here.
It very much is. It's incredible to watch. I mean, the entire stadium right now has been so much fun to see. So now, Hofstra will now have their big lineup we expect to go out as they continue it here, and we'll see what it is. It will be Jones, Rudd, Elder, Kane, Sykes, and Turner are the 6 for the Pride. And that's the 6 I would pick in this opportunity right now, the way things have gone today. 57.7 seconds left to go in this one. It'll start here. Matt Elder's going to pick it up. Elder has it. Far side, here we go. 55 seconds left to go. Hofstra has it here. Far side. It's Turner. 50 seconds left to go. Turner with it. Now has it on the left wing. Turner taking it down the wing. Gets it back out top. 45. Here's Elder. Now to Kane. Puts it down. Sends it behind. Turner coming around the middle. Back out top. Elder, a shot. Saved there by Long.
That was a great opportunity there, and a great save by Long as well.
Hofstra is going to have to double the ball. 30 seconds left to go. Towson has it over the line. Good job there by Potter. He gets it in. Potter works around the outside, has 2 on him, including Ford. Timeout is called with 23.5 left to go, and what an opportunity for Hofstra. But how about the job Evan Long has done today?
A fantastic job with 20 saves in just this game today compared to Matt Gates' 9 saves.
So now it's going to be a big try to run the clock away here for Towson. Hofstra is going to try to shut it down. So now 23.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. 9-8 lead for the Towson Tigers. There's got to be a huge defensive stop here for the Pride. And it's right now the biggest game of the season, too. If you're Seth Tierney, who do you want on the main ball carrier right now defensively? I think you have to go with either Ford or Oakes.
I agree. either one of those two, and then you want to have Gerard Kane pretty close to the goal as possible, because you know he'll just shoot it right in.
They have him ready right there towards the cage. They'll have Matt Elder and Colton Rudd at center. So now the Pride will get set defensively. The 5 defenders they'll have out there is Cale, DeSanti, that is Cooling, Hickes, Oakes, and Ford. Those are the 6 defenders out there for the Pride with Matt Gates in goal. It'll be on the far side with Towson, picked up by Josh Weber. They'll have Blake Cooling on him right now and Daniel Oakes. And they go here. 20 seconds left to go. Around the far side. Nice job there by Weber to take it now behind the net. Gates is out as well. Weber working it around. Has 2 on him still. He's got speed with him. Good. Oakes tried to poke it away. Coming to the net. Backhand shot. He scores. And it's 10-8. And Towson looks pretty close to taking this one. As Josh Weber worked his way around the 2 defenders, including evading Daniel Oakes' big check. And the Tigers are up by 2 with 8 seconds left to go. It's 10-8. Face-off here is at center. Patterson will look to get it. Flips it over to Corey Cale. Cale's got to get it quickly. With 3 seconds left to go. 2-1. Cale throws it on. It goes wide. And the Towson Tigers get a huge victory here in Hempstead. They win it by a score of 10-8. Amelia, just first off, it was a great game, but just a tough way to lose for Hofstra. They led 4-0 early. They played well back and forth, but it was Towson. And how about the job by the goalkeeper for the Towson Tigers, Evan Long, with 20 saves?
It was a very impressive game, a really tough game too, and especially on senior day, it's never fun to lose on a senior day game, but it was a great game overall. The team should just be proud of their final home game of the season, that it went the way that it did with the back-to-back and really maintained Towson for a majority of the game.
Well, 3 games left go to the Pride, 2 on the road, 1 more at home as they'll play Stony Brook at the end of the month. Coming up next week for Hofstra is Drexel in another game that the Pride will have to win. So once again, final score, Towson 10, Hofstra 8. A big thanks to go around to our engineer back in our WRHU studios, Emma Big, as the Pride fall here 10-8. Once again,